4 or 5 different stocks that you like, stuff that you probably use every day. If people know they can come to your OnlyFans and learn how to produce a track, they're gonna subscribe. Do this for years. This is long term. All right, so let's unpack the Steve Harvey situation. Now, typically, I don't like to talk about gossip or whatever. But because part of this is gossip and part of this is a lesson. So we're going to unpack it. Only reason why I seen a reason to discuss this, to even give it some attention, is because of the way that Steve Harvey acts on a regular basis, right? As a man, I don't know him. I just knows what he portrays on TV. And he does a lot of portraying. First off, he has a book out. I think it's what? Think Like a Man, Act Like a Lady. I could be messing the title up or whatever. I thought that book was nonsense. I didn't even read all the book or whatever. It just bits and pieces. I just couldn't read it because he was in the book telling women these rules make a man wait this long if he really cares for you, if he really likes you. It was just so unrealistic that if a woman followed those rules, now, every once in a while she might get lucky and follow some rules that seem unrealistic and it works. But then that's false. It gives you a false sense of security. It makes you think this is going to work with every man. This is going to work with every woman or whatever. Oh. Okay. Not going to knock your hustle, Steve Harvey. Okay, you selling books or whatever. It's all good. Wish it could just be under the fiction section. Okay, that I'm gonna build it up, and we're gonna get to the cheating allegations on his wife. First, we're gonna build it all up so you can understand why I even talked about this. So, Steve Harvey, he has, over the years, he'll always get on the, and I get it to a certain extent. He'll get online and just talk about men, like disrespect men. No different than, oh my God, I can't even remember that guy's name. It just used to be this one guy who used to get online, just talk about men, terrible, everything. Like, they just don't know how to treat women like a queen. And he was just saying what women want to hear, then he get caught cheating. Like, you know, if a man cheats, he's not a real man. Everything he was saying, he was doing. And women be like, oh, that's a real man. I need a person like him, and he understands. And then all of a sudden, he just got his wife out there looking like a straight fool. I forgot dude's name, and I ain't gonna try to remember his name. He don't need me to mention his name. But this is kind of sort of what happened to Steve Harvey, which is weird because Steve Harvey has had 2 other marriages and they failed. And I know I ain't knocking his hustle. I'm just wondering, and he cheated on the women. And he left the one lady when she was pregnant. Like, how do you give advice to women or men about how to have a successful relationship? You can have a failed history of relationships and write a book about it. I might even want to hear what you're talking about. Saying like, hey, I did this, I should have did this, I should have did that. But if you're just giving game on how to have a successful relationship and you've never had one, I have a problem with that, right? Excuse me, getting over a cold, so you're gonna hear me cough every once in a while. Sorry about that, y'all. I've been gone for a while, and this has caught my attention, so I'm here, cold and all. Well, at the end of a cold. Now that we opened the door, a little about Steve Harvey. Just a couple of weeks ago, Steve Harvey made some comments about a man shouldn't be asking a woman what she's bringing to the table. A man should just take care of the woman. I was pissed when I heard that. Because in my mind, I was thinking Steve Harvey is leading these young men wrong. You're setting a man up to be used, mistreated. If women can ask a man what he's bringing to the table, why can't a man that already has his table set ask him what this woman is going to bring to his table? Especially if he's planning on being in a relationship with her. In that case, he can just be a playboy and stay single, right? If she's bringing nothing to the table. And he was like, literally like, a real man to do this. Real man provide. Like, he ain't have no business asking a woman what she brings to the table. And I was telling my friend, I was like, I was like, this guy is misleading young men. You can't mislead an older man because we know better. But younger men already got a stigma on us that we supposed to take care of a woman. Like, this is what a man's supposed to do, and which is crazy to me. Like society literally programs men to get used. But if they see a woman taking care of a man, oh my God, she can't have a real man. That's what, like, we can take care of each other. I don't see a problem with it either way. But society programs men to get money to take care of a family or a woman. And they tell you, hey, if she has kids, her kids is a part of the package. They beat that into men, right? But society also programs women that if she got her own money, she don't need a man. So I don't know how that's supposed to work or anything. That's just kind of weird. Like, you independent, you don't need no man. Like, they don't program women to uplift and bring. Now, some women do this. They'll help a man get on his feet and take care of business or whatever. It don't always work well, whatever, but some women do this. We got to give them credit. I'm talking about society as a whole. You have other women telling women, you got your own money. Don't find no bum. Don't find no man without no money or whatever. But you would tell a man to find a woman and take care of her. It's just weird. So now this is where it came to Steve Harvey, right? Now, it's a whole big mess. Because he supposedly caught his wife cheating with a security guard. Which is even more messier because it's like they had to be messing around before he introduced her to Steve Harvey. It's like a big play. Okay, get his money and you cut me in or whatever. That it makes it like it was a play, like Steve Harvey was a lick. Here, I'm gonna introduce you to him. And dude kept sleeping with her. Now, can't prove this. I'm just telling you what it looks like. I'm not gonna say that's what it is. I'm just saying this is what it looks like. Because the bodyguard introduced Steve Harvey to his now wife. The problem I have, I heard Steve Harvey was talking to her years ago. And he lost everything. I don't know if they over-exaggerate when saying he lost everything. I don't know if this was at the beginning of his career when he was trying to come up or whatever. And he, you know, sometimes it takes years to really hit that right one before you become a millionaire. You'll see people on TV and it seems like they're rich. They're not really rich, they're just famous. So I'm thinking this is one of the times when he was famous, but he wasn't really rich. Then been in a couple of shows, but he didn't have a lot of money. And I think Steve Harvey had told a story about how he lost everything and had to start back over. And she left him. I think his correct words was he didn't have enough money, so he had to come back and get her once he got himself together. So you mean to me, you telling me y'all dating and you go through some struggles, and I'm using the word dating loosely. I don't know what they was doing. They could have just been kicking it, friends with benefits, whatever. When the benefits got short, she got up out of there, left him. He becomes so successful and everything, and come back to get her. So I'm thinking the bodyguard must be somebody Steve Harvey was cool with, which makes it even worse, because if he introduced them years ago before Steve Harvey got back on his feet, or maybe Steve Harvey was already famous and everything and just got messed up financially and nobody knew. Long story short, she left. Steve Harvey got his bag back up and went back and got her. There's no way I'm going back to get a woman that left me when I started struggling. Now I'm up and I go back and get her. It's like he was asking for the trouble. He's asking for no. She displayed that she doesn't love you. She loves what you can provide for her. Once a woman displays that, not just a woman, if a man displays that to a woman, that he only cares for her in the matter of what she can provide, what she can bring to the table. That's not a good relationship, because that table can sometimes fall. Somebody can sue you. Something can happen. And you're going to need that support to get back on your feet. If you get somebody that only with you because you got money, that ain't real love. You paying for them. And as he said, she brought nothing to the table. And he basically paid for the relationship. He paid for that relationship. So this is why it bothered me when Steve Harvey made that comment about a real man ain't got no business asking a woman what she bringing to the table. He's supposed to provide. He's supposed to take care of her and all it. What? You mean to tell me I'm going to get rich or I'm going to get wealthy or whatever? Whether I got me a regular job and I'm making big money now and I ain't supposed to ask a woman what's her intentions? What's she going to bring to the situation? I just supposed to open the door, come on in? And now, I think he's worth $400 million. She's asking for half. You'll get caught cheating, and you're trying to sue him for half of his fortune? This is what, when you set yourself up for stuff like that, what you don't care what they come bringing to the table, they leave with half of your table. If they brought nothing to the table, they're going to leave with half of your table, if not more. Because not counting all the stuff they done spent and all the stuff they done got while y'all was in the marriage. You just talking half of what they going to leave with at the end. Ain't no telling what they done got during the marriage. And if it was just a big lick, she was putting up money to the side because she knew it wasn't going to let. They played it so well that when she married Steve Harvey, she had her kids. I'm saying she had her kids, but I'm sure the kids didn't think of this on their own. They got their last name changed to Harvey, as though he was their daddy. They was all in on this. They was all, and her daughter is running around. She ain't got nothing to do with this. Let me leave the daughter out of this. Look, my God, if anybody know the story, they know what it is. But so it was a big play. The security guard introduced her. He ended up being a chef and a security guard. He introduced her to Steve Harvey. She got her kid's name changed to Harvey, which is a slap in the face to the kid's father, even if the kid's fathers were broke. Now, the story is, I don't even know how everybody know this, but the story is that she was dating the guy. I don't know if that guy, the one that became the kid's father or what. And he went to jail. And when he went to jail, she started dating his cousin. Right? He's like, yeah, I mean, we don't know the situation. I can't even judge her for that. Can't even judge her for that. Because I don't know what the situation was. And stuff happens. Sometimes the other person is the one that really loves you, or what. I mean, you can't just choose who you fall in love with. It sounds messy, I know, but I'm gonna leave that alone too. But Steve gets with this woman, change her kid's name to his name, and just start taking care of her. When you're looking for happiness, sometimes you do what you gotta do, right? Hey, I don't knock you for that. I knock you for downing other men and getting on TV talking about what a real man would do and this and that. If you ain't no real man if you don't do this. You ain't no real man if you come in the door as a sucker. Like, come on. Like, don't teach these young men this. They watching you, Steve. Let me teach a young man to come in acting like a sucker. You know what I'm saying? So, it's the only reason why I talked on this, because of how he talks down on other men. Other than that, celebrities get in relationships and break up all the time. Celebrities cheat on each other all the time. But this was like the reverse. He's the celebrity and got with her and gave her the world, and she cheats on him. Maybe he cheated on her, maybe he didn't. And now it seems that they're trying to clear it up and say, oh, there was no cheating. Too late. The cat's out the bag. And I'm sure Steve Harvey's team put it out there to try to let people know what's going on. But the problem is, it started damaging Steve Harvey's brand. His whole brand is do for a woman. She ain't got, just treating women like goddesses, like without questioning them. That's messing his brand up, finding out his wife is cheating on him. So they got to backtrack. They got to go back. Oh, no, there was a misunderstanding or whatever. Let's just say they stay together to try to fix the brand, because that's how he make all his money, because of that brand. Once we know that his word is no good and he can't stay in a relationship or whatever, they stop buying his books. They stop listening to him. So his brand is damaged at the moment. Now they playing cleanup. Oh, that didn't happen. I guarantee you he get another bodyguard. They can say that didn't happen, but he won't have the same bodyguard, because we know what's what about just looking at the moves. And probably in another 2 or 3 years, they'll be separated, because there's no way he can stay with her now. And he can probably have just about any woman he wants because he's Steve Harvey. It's just you don't know what's love, or if they just with you because you're rich. So they're doing cleanup right now, trying to say that's not what happened and blah blah blah. It's too late. It's out. It's out. You can clean up as much as you want to clean up, and they probably gonna try to do what went down with Michael Jordan, because allegedly Michael Jordan was sleeping around with some of these people, and his wife wanted to divorce, but he had so much going on, sponsors and stuff. Her lawyer and his lawyer decided he'll be worth more money if they stay together. So they stayed together for a few more years and waiting till everything died down, and then they got a divorce. They couldn't get a divorce for cheating, because when you got all these different brands behind you, they got to like leave you alone, like they tried to do with Tiger Woods and all that, all over cheating. Michael Jordan was a little smarter. Well, I don't know how smart, but their lawyers were smart. Like, if y'all separate because of cheating, it's going to mess up the brand. Michael Jordan is the brand. How about y'all stay together for a couple more years, and when it die down, y'all can get a divorce like nothing happened. It don't mess with his brand. He still got his endorsements, everything. Steve Harvey probably didn't think about that. He was just mad when he found out or when he caught her. So him and his team, they put the stuff out there. She's cheating. She got to go. And it damaged his brand. So now the next couple of weeks, they're going to be doing interviews saying, it was a misunderstanding, and that's not what happened. Everybody don't jump to conclusions. They're going to do some cleanup. But in reality, we really know what happened. Well, we don't know what happened. But in reality, we know this is what happened. That just don't get out there, and it's just a misunderstanding. So, yeah, Steve Harvey basically just got used by his bodyguard and his wife. They knew each other before then, so they probably was already kicking it beforehand. They put a play in. Steve Harvey took the bait, it's like some old movie type stuff. Steve Harvey took the bait, married the woman because that's what he does. He falls in love easy. Married the woman, and I'm willing, I don't want to bet on this. I wonder if he got a prenup. Because his personality, what makes me think she would be smart enough to be like, what do we need a prenup for? We ain't never breaking up. But if you rich and you famous, always get a prenup. I don't care how much you love this woman, because relationships aren't guaranteed. You get a prenup, so if they do leave, they can only take a certain amount. You don't need nobody taking half of everything you built. That makes no sense. And then I would put in the prenup, if she get caught cheating, she leaves with nothing. And if she's smart, she put in the prenup, if he gets caught cheating, this is how much he's going to have to pay out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It can work for both of them. But I just thought I'd talk about that. I really didn't want to, but because I don't care about the gossip and celebrities cheating on each other. But what I do care when you spread misinformation to make people think one way when you're living a different type of way. So I put that out there, and you can do with this what you want to do with it. Think what you want to think. I think we should move on after this. Just no, we can't listen to all celebrities. They're selling books. They're trying to make movies and sell that. They're not keeping it real with us. All right. I eat knowledge for breakfast. I'm out.